In the gaming industry, there exist a bunch of different genres to choose from. Shooter games like Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, RPG and adventure games like World of Warcraft or Sea of Thieves, and whatever all of this is. Bro, what the f... what the f... But there's also another genre quite popular. Horror games.
Is that dick good?
The reason why horror games are so popular, apart from the fact that people really like to shit themselves apparently, is... I don't know really. I guess people just really like to stay in their undies, bro.
Stop screaming! Stop!
Either way, if you aren't a dumbass... yeah, at this point, just let's roll the intro. But before the video starts, sorry for not uploading for, wasn't it like 3 weeks or so? 3 months! Jeez, it's about damn time that I drop a new video. So much stuff has happened meanwhile, like this new game Schedule 1 dropped, where you literally are a jobless bum who sells drugs. Some AAA titles like Monster Hunter also dropped. And shit, even Playboy Cardi dropped. Yeah, that pick is a different kind of horror. Speaking of horror, the genre can be divided into a few major subgenres. Survival horror, it's literally in the name what you gotta do. Action horror, usually fighting big monsters with the big pew pew, and psychological horror. Yeah, well, I guess that's enough for now. But I decided to take a look at another genre, which has gained public attention in the recent year. Anomaly horror. What is anomaly horror, you might ask now? Well, it usually takes place in a familiar location, like a train, a house, or the office of an old insane asylum. Most normal Tuesday, am I right, boys?
Man, shut your...
Well, the basic concept is that you enter rooms with the same layout or watch multiple of them. They stay the same, but sometimes stuff changes. Anomalies take place. That can range from a moving chair to the f***ing room being flooded with blood. But now that the main idea should be clear, let's talk about the actual concept for my game. So, to simplify the plot with no spoilers, as I want you all to play this game for yourself, your ass is broke. And I don't mean it like no new PS5 broke. The dude you play as be living off those damn instant ramen and Mario toast. Like, shit, my condolences, brother. But then he takes a look at the newspaper. Zayum! There is a job application giving you 30 bucks per hour. Like, damn it, I would be doing a lot for 30 bucks, you know? It's 30 bucks after all. Though the job is, you need to be the nightguard and watch the last few remaining patients in an old-ass insane asylum. Yeah, nah, keep them 30 bucks, bro. I ain't doing none of that Outlast type shit, bro, I'ma be real. You pick the job either way and start watching the patients until they start tweaking. Then you report their behavior, it gets fixed. The whole thing all over again. That's the basic idea, pretty simple, right? And then something happened I like to call Final Exam Week plus the AnyDev Game Jam. Because that's literally what happened. I wrote a couple of final exams because I'm almost done with school now. Went okay, I guess. But meanwhile I also joined the AnyDev Game Jam, which I will also make a video about soon, at least I hope so, and boom, 3 weeks or so have passed now, so I better hurry up making this video for real. If you've seen some of my recent videos, just the last one really, it's just the last, you would know that I really like games like Fears to Fathom and their graphical style. So that's what we are doing again. Full PS1 dogshit graphics. Yo, and excuse me if my voice is a little sore right now, I'm a bit sick, but I need to put up this video at some point either way, so I'm recording right now. Cheers. First of all, I begin with the visuals, because if the game was supposed to look like Fears to Fathom, I couldn't have the natural super high resolution Unreal usually has. So I did a couple hours of doom scrolling, I did some research and found some good settings, so the game actually looks more raw. I then started working on the layout of the facility, which was rather small, unlike your mom, but still took me quite some time to make. Wait, am I losing your attention? Well, let's make this quick then.
Next up, I implemented an anomaly spawning system, spawning anomalies and tracking active ones. Every anomaly actor inherits from one parent anomaly, making them reportable with this terminal I made in Modern Blender. You can also select room and anomaly type and also submit reports on anomalies by pressing this big red button.
But now, the map is already coming a bit together, and this shit looks kinda nice, to be honest. Wait. But right now, if we turn the lights on, we can see whole lot of nothing, because these rooms are empty as shit. And because the patients can't really sleep on the floor, I guess it's time to make some interior. It's also a good point to mention that I made all the models myself this time, so every model is made from scratch. They're not really pretty, but they work, so yeah, I don't know, subscribe or something. I began by modeling this wheelchair in Blender, cause nothing screams I'm very scary louder than an old ass wheelchair in a long hallway, and it turned out pretty good in my opinion, but as a chair might not be enough to contain the patients without getting locked up or something because of human rights violations, I also made this bed, and let me just load it in real quick and place it here, and oh my god, what the... Well, now that we have these 5-star hotel rooms ready, it's time to add the patients. And as you maybe can tell from my past videos, making somewhat humanoid characters isn't really a strength of mine. So this time I decided to at least try to make it look good and watch the YouTube tutorial, which turned out pretty nice to be honest. So after texturing the model, I don't know, patient looks kinda geek to be honest. Yeah. But you know what they say, 2 models is better than 1, so I tried making another patient. And I also made this dude. He will be more important later on. Well, now that we actually have rooms with patients and of course interior so we don't get our booty cheeks slapped in prison afterwards, we can't really do shit. Because if you don't got that Minecraft Ultimate X-ray pack on your eyes or something, normally you cannot see through walls. Well, long story short, it's time to make some cameras. For the longest part of the game, your broker sits in this tiny office. And because the patients are obviously in a locked compartment of the facility, you cannot just walk there and see what they're up to. So you got cams to check on them. Making the cams was not really hard. I made a new actor class, made it possessable for the player, added a UI overlay and visual effects, and now we got cams you can skip through to watch the different patients. And of course we... Well, remember how it read with a twist on the intro slide, gang? Here we go. Because I initially designed the game to be a lot like Five Nights at Freddy's. You have your shift, need to perform tasks and try to save yourself from weird shit that happens if you fail at them. You know, that freaky shit and all. Well, I actually completed the game along with a gameplay loop, but it was to say the least hella boring. Because there was nothing to do actually. Like, it was actually ass. And then I came up with the idea to switch things up. Move your broker ass out of the safety of your office and venture into the facility to spice things up a little. So I came up with some really creative shit that has been never done before. A power cut. I know. So innovative. Yeah. Whoa, ladies, calm down. Bro, what the f am I doing, man? Well, now after some time in your shift, randomly the power cuts. You go check on the fuse box and try to turn that shit back on. But when you leave the storage room, boom, you're in a different hallway now. And I'll be real for a second, if that happens to me, it's all coming out, man. Because now, you're in a different part of the facility, a part you didn't know. And the game's genre shifts from anomaly to psychological shit. Like, we went from those 5-star hotel rooms to people banging on the walls screaming in agony. Like, chill the f out, man, I'm trying to tell them something. Also, I modeled a bunch of different rooms, props, and made the lighting all red to give it that scary vibe. And this is also where he lurks.
10 out of 10, would tap. Although I would like to see the behind of it because I'm almost finished right now. But anyways, I would say that that's a very succulent piece of meat right there. But yeah, whatever kind of hentai game you're making with this shit here, this is gonna love people.
The Watcher. Former patient himself, he took control of the facility, and now that you discovered the true nature of this facility... Yeah, what now? Well, guess what, gang? If you wanna know, the game is free to play on itch.io. Thanks to you all for watching and also your patience. As I'm done with school now, I will try to make future updates more scheduled and of course more often, so you guys get some more epic content to watch. Oh my, the self-glaze is crazy, bro. Well, the game is a bit buggy, but you might wanna give it a try either way. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Please comment your game ideas for horror games or games in general, what you would like to see next. And yeah, as always, hit like if you like, dislike if you don't, and see you next time.
Ten out of 10, would tap.